Then the word various way of describing the motion of object and causes of motion forming our day-to-day life activities. We use various words like work, energy and power, which are basically related to each other. Sometimes we use these words without paying much attention. In this chapter, we will examine these concepts more carefully. People carry out various tasks in daily life. For example, the lifting of weights, carrying of weights, cooking, cleaning of house, cooking of food and watering of plants in the garden, etc. are some of the day-to-day activities. Similarly, you might have also observed that people employ machines in their homes to carry out different tasks like blowing of air by fan, pumping of water by electric motor, heating of water by electric heater, etc. Washing machines and
Vacuum
vacuum cleaners
cleaners.
are used for cleaning of clothes and cleaning the house respectively. How are these works begin done? What do you need to do these works? Both human beings and machines need energy to do work. Generally, this energy is derived by human beings from food they eat and for machines through the electricity supplied to them.
Ammonia.
In all examples mentioned above, energy that
Read
will
loudly.
on a mission doing work spend some energy to do work. For example, to lift your school bag, you spend some energy. Similarly, an electric fan uses some electric energy for blowing air. Think about various works you observe and try to identify the force employed for doing the work and the object on which the work was done. Discuss with your friends about possibility of energy transfer during work. In our daily life, we use the term work in various situations. The word work takes on different meanings depending on the situation. For example, the statements like I am working in a factory. The Ramana is a great work of volunteering. The mission is in working condition. There are large number of worked out problems in this book. Let us work out a plan for next year, etc. Have different meanings. There is a difference between the way we use the term work in our day-to-day life and the way we use it in science. Let us examine these situations. Priyanka is preparing for examinations. She spends lot of time in studies. She reads books, draws diagrams, organizes her thoughts, colors question papers, attends special classes, discusses problems with her friends and performs experiments, etc. In our common view, she is working hard. But if we go by scientific definition of work, the above mentioned activities are not considered as work. Rangeja is working hard to push the huge rock. Let us say the rock does not move despite all efforts by him. He gets completely exhausted and tired. According to our common view, he worked hard, but as per science, he has not done any work on the rock. Let us assume you climb up the staircase and reach the second floor of a building. You spend some energy to do this in our common understanding. You are not doing any work. But as per science, you have done a lot of work to reach the second floor of the building.
Sit down.
In our daily life, we consider any useful physical or mental labor as work. For example, we consider cooking of food, washing of clothes, cooking, doing homework, reading, writing, etc. as work. But according to scientific definition of works, all of these activities are not considered as work. Only a few of them are considered as work. What is work? What is the difference between general view of work and scientific view of work? Scientific meaning of the word. We have to understand the way we use work and scientific meaning of work. Let us observe the following examples. Situation 1. A man lifts cement bags from the ground to keep them one by one in a lorry. Situation that a body is fully with alcohol on the ground and the weight of body moves exactly. A boy is trying to push the reduce drop playing in the playground. Situation 4. The porter is waiting on the platform of the railway station with luggage on his head. Are all the people to mention that above examples during work. How do you define work? To know the meaning of work according to science, analyze the above examples as per the table in the following activity 1. Activity 1. Let us understand the meaning of work as per science. Copy the table 1 given the page 169 in your notebook. Discuss with your friends whether work is being done. In each of the following examples mentioned above, what would be your reason to say that work has been done? Write your reasons in the table 1. After paper, a pattern of all the mentioned examples, you can understand that in each case the process involved in action the involved subsequently to perform that action mentioned in example. In some cases, there will be a change in the position of the object. In fact, which work has been done. For instance, in situation 1, the position of the graph is changed from ground to the object of the law. And similarly, the expression 2 that however more below the distance was changing is good. In some other cases, the person doing the work and experience energy. There is no change in the position of the object and on which work has been done. Like this, situation a boy who is trying to push remove rock by applying force on it spends lot of energy. Though there is no change in position of the rock. Similarly, in situation for a water falling on the railway platform, few drops on his head spends a lot of energy. Against the gravitational force acting on the luggage, though there is no change in position of the luggage. In our preparation, common situation.
Balraj.
Gravitational force is acting on the luggage, so there is no change in the position of the luggage.
Read loudly.
In our common respiration work, all the forces acting on bodies applied by persons mentioned in examples 1 to 4 are doing work, but according to science, only the force applied by persons mentioned in examples 1 and 2 are doing the work. According to the scientific concept of the work, two conditions need to be satisfied in order to say that work has been done. A force should act on the object. The object must be displaced or there must be change in the position of the object. Definition of work in science. Example, suppose that a constant force F acts on the object and object is moved through a distances along the direction of the force as shown in figure 5. In science, we define what to be
Define.
define what to be equal to the product of the force F and the distance S moved along the direction of the force. We measure the forces in newtons n and distance as meters in equation W is equals to F into S if F is equals to 1 and N is equals to 1, then the
S is equal to 1, F is equal to 1, then the
work done by the force will be 1
Nm means what? Newton meters. Newton force is equal to Newton meters.
Hence the unit of work is a Newton meter or joule.
Joule. Joule is indicated by J.
Joule.
1 joule.
Thus, 1 joule is the amount of work done on an object when a force of 1 Newton displaced it by 1 meter along the line of action of the force. What would be the work done? Force on the object is what would be the work done when the displacement of the object is 0? Can you give some examples where the displacement of the object is 0?
Is it?
Example
Look at examples. In situation.
In the situation mentioned in figure 5, the displacement of the object is in the direction of the force, but there are certain cases where the displacement of the object may be in a direction opposite to the force acting on it. For example, if a ball is thrown up, the motion is in upward direction, whereas the force due to its gravity is in downward direction. What happens to the speed of the ball while it moves up? What is the speed at its maximum height? What happens to the speed of the ball during its downward motion? Similarly, the ball moving on plain ground will get stopped. It stops after some time due to frictional force acting on it in opposite direction. If the force acting on an object and displacement are in opposite directions, then the work done by the force is taken as negative. If work has a positive value, the body on which the work has been done would gain energy. If work has negative value, the body on which the work has been done loses energy. Idea of energy. The word energy is very often used in daily life in various occasions, like he is more energetic, I am so tired and lost my energy, today I am feeling more energetic than yesterday, etc. What is energy? How can we decide that an object possesses energy or not? Let us consider the following cases. Case 1. A metal ball kept in a ceramic plate is raised to a certain height from the plate and allowed to fall on it. What will happen to the plate? 1. Case 2. A toy car is placed on the floor without winding the key attached to it, and the same toy car placed on the floor after winding the key attached to it. In case 1, you might have noticed that the metal ball does no work when it rests on the surface of the plate, but is able to do some work when it is raised to a height. Similarly, in case 2, you may notice that the toy is at rest before winding the key, but the same toy moved when the key attached to it is wound up. Here the work done is due to energy. Children may not be able to lift 25 kg rice bag, but elders can do that. You may observe many such situations where the capacity to do work changes from person to person. Similarly, the capacity of doing work by an object on another object depends on position and state of the object which is doing work. Thus, an object acquires energy through different means and is able to do work. Energy transfer and the work. We learned in previous paragraphs that we need energy to do any work, and a person doing work spends some energy while doing the work. The person doing the work loses some energy. In science, we consider work. In science, we consider
Loud.
work. In science, we consider what has been done only when there is a change in the position of object. The object is able to change its position due to energy transferred to it by the force doing the work. Thus, whenever work is done on object, its energy either increases or decreases. For example, if we push a wooden block which is kept on a table, it starts moving due to the work done on it, and as a result, it gains kinetic energy. Understanding the increase and decrease in energy of an object. Take a hot spring and keep it on the table as shown in the picture. Now compress the spring with your palm and release it after few seconds. Observe the changes in its position, state and size after compressing the spring and releasing it. You will notice that when spring is being compressed, there is a change in its size. When it is released, it drains some energy and may even jump from the table. The work done by your palm on the spring, increasing its energy and makes it to jump away from the table. Thus, we can conclude that the object which does work losses energy and the object on which work has
Right,
been
stop.
If negative work is done an object, its energy decreases from the example when a ball moves on the ground, the force of friction does negative work on the ball because it acts in a direction opposite to the motion of the ball. This negative work done on the ball decreases its kinetic energy and makes it comes to rest after some time. Kinetic energy. Activity 3. Understanding the energy of moving objects. Consider a metal ball and a hollow plastic block which are kept on the table slide by the side of as shown in figure 11. Now suppose that the ball is separated from the block and brought to one end of the table as shown figure level B and push it to the roll on the table with speed V. What will happen to block? What changes do you notice in the position and state of the ball block when the ball is allowed to roll on the table? You may notice that when the ball is pushed, it starts moving with speed of velocity and hits the plastic block and displays it from point A to B as shown figure level. Thus, a moving ball is more energetic than the ball at the rest because the moving ball is able to do the work on the plastic block to the push it forward, whereas the same ball cannot do any work when it is at rest. In other words, a body possesses more energy when it's moving than when it's at rest. Repeat the activity by pushing the metal ball with more force so as to increase its speed and observe the change in the position of the plastic block on the table. You may notice that the increase of the speed of the ball increases its capacity of doing work on the block. Thus, we can conclude that moving object cannot do work. An object moving faster can do more work than identical object moving respectively slow. The energy possessed by the object due to its motion is called as kinetic energy. The kinetic energy of object increases with speeds. We come across many situations in the daily life where objects with kinetic energy do work and another objects of, for example, when a fast moving cricket ball hits the wickets, it makes the wickets to tumble, but if the swinging ball bat in the hands of the batsman hits the ball, it reaches the boundary. A fast moving bullet reaches the target. Blowing wind moves the blades of the windmill. Objects like a falling coconut, a speeding car, a rolling stone, a flying craft, flowing water and running athletic, etc. also possess kinetic energy. How can we find how much energy is possessed by moving body? Mathematical expressions from kinetic energy. We know that kinetic energy of the body at rest is zero, but the kinetic energy of the body moving with certain velocity is equal to the work done on the each make it acquire the velocity from the rest. Let us assume that object of mass m is at the rest on the smooth horizontal plane as shown figure 12. Let us be displaced through a distance s from the point A to B by the force F acting upon
Acting upon it in the direction of the displacement in the horizontal direction, the net force F is equal to the applied force F. The work done on the object by the net force W is equals to Fs. Let the work done on the object cause a change in its velocity from u to v and the acceleration produced dA. In a chapter motion, we studied about equations of uniform accelerated motion, the relation between initial velocity u, final velocity v, acceleration a and displacement s is given by. We know by Newton's second law of motion, F is equals to ma. From equation 1, 2 and 3, W is equals to ma into v square minus u square by 2a. W is equals to half m v square minus u square. This is called work energy theory. As we have assumed that object is at rest, its initial velocity u is equals to
Initial velocity.
velocity u is equals to 0. Then thus the work done on the object is equal to half mv square. We know that kinetic energy of the body moving with certain velocity is equal to work done on the object to acquire that velocity from rest. Thus, the kinetic energy possessed by an object of mass m and moving with velocity v is equal to half mv square. Example 5. Potential energy. Understanding the potential energy. Take a bamboo stick and make bow as shown in figure 13a. Place a arrow made of light stick on it with one end supported by the steering of the bow as shown in figure 13a, and stretch the string gently and release the arrow. What do you notice? Now place the arrow on the bow with one end supported by the string and stretch the string, applying more force and release the arrow as shown in figure 13b. What differences do you notice in these two instances with respect to the motion of arrow? Is there any change in the shape of the bow when the string is stretched by applying more force? You may notice that in the first instance figure 13a, when you release the arrow, it gets separated from the bow and falls down on the ground, but in second instance figure 13b, you will notice the arrow flies with great speed into the air. From this activity, we can conclude that the bow is normal shape is not able to push the arrow, but when we stretch the string, it acquires energy to throw the arrow into air. With a great speed, the energy acquired by the bow due to the change in its shape is known as its potential energy. Where does the bow get this energy from? Why is it not able to throw off the arrow in the first case? Can we use the potential energy of the bow? Discuss with friends about changes you need to make the bow for increasing its potential energy. In the first instance of a bow activity, you have gently stretched the string of the bow, thus the work done by the force on the bow is negligible and energy transferred to the bow due to this work is also negligible. Hence, the bow is not able to push the arrow. In the second instance, you have applied more force on the string to stretch it. In the second instance, you have applied more force on the string to stretch it. Thus, the work done by you
the bow which is responsible for throwing the arrow into air with a great skill. In our daily life, we come across many such situations where the work done on an object is stored has potential energy. In it, I am used to do various other work. For example, the work done in weaving the key of toy core is stored has potential energy. In it, I force the cord to move on the ground when released. Do the following activities for the better understanding of potential energy. Observe the energy in stretched rubber band. Take a rubber band, hold it at one end of and pull it from the other end and then release the rubber band at one of the ends. What happens? Activity. Observe the energy in an object at some height. Take a heavy ball, drop it on a thick bed of wet sand from different heights from 25 centimeters to 1.5 meters. Observe the depression created by the ball on the bed of sand. Compare depth of the depression. What do you notice? Is there any relation to the depth of depression and the height from which ball was dropped? In above activity, we can observe the objects also acquire energy, sometimes due to change in position. Let us consider the following example. We use a hammer to drive nails into a plank. If a hammer is placed just on the tip of a nail, it hardly moves into the plank. But if the hammer is raised to